Here we go. Pulling up the Facebook. Here we go. If you're tuning in here on IG, on Instagram, or on TikTok, let me know where you're tuning in from. We got to get this shared into a group. Oh, says I'm live, but it's not showing me I'm live. Again, tell me where you're from. Love to hear what you guys are listening to. We're going to go over how we're using Investor Lift. Investor Lift has been a game changer for us. All right, we got to share this to a group real quick. Who's coming in? What's going on, Jawanza? Everyone. Ooh, what's going on, Ronald? What's going on, Nate Dogg? John? Ooh, we got a lot of people tuning in. I really dig TikTok. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat. We're going to go. And if you want to see this live, if you're watching this on TikTok, go to our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see my screen share about what exactly we are doing to use Investor Lift to actually, we thought we were going to make 20K extra from one deal alone, so this number would have been 25, but a lien popped up, blew the deal up completely. Not completely, but a lien popped up. The seller needed more money. The seller wasn't walking away with a lot of cash, so we gave them a little bit extra money. But this was a deal that we couldn't sell on the MLS that we sold on Investor Lift, which is crazy. Okay. One more. We are getting people in here. John G. Wow. TikTok is dope. Laura Lawley. Okay, here we go. How can I see who's coming in? There we go. My Instagram people, let me know where you're from, where you're tuning in from. Okay. Let me get our Investor Rift account pulled up. Got to turn off my Pat McAfee show. Da-da-da. All right, tell me when you guys can see my screen. Let me know when you can see the screen. If you're watching this on TikTok, head over to our YouTube channel. We'll actually get rid of this address. If you're watching this on Instagram, can you see the screen? Let me know. What's going on, Brian? All right, here we go. Nelly, Jaden. We get more traction on TikTok than anywhere else. Okay, here we go. So, here's all the properties we have out on Investor Lift right now. This one right here. So this property right here, someone else bought it. We didn't end up closing on it. We had it on the MLS, could not get it sold. Could not get it sold. We had it on the MLS, we had it on Zillow, we had it everywhere. Like, I mean, this house looks great. All right. Let me go to our photos. So look at this. This is a good house. Barely any work needs to be done to it. Nothing really is wrong with it. I mean, the deck could be like restained if you wanted to get like top dollar out of it. But you restain the deck, you paint the back of the house. Then the inside of the house is just paint and carpet, and you're good to go. What's going on, Maggio? I got to send you guys a deal that we actually had come in the other day. Right, but then the bathroom isn't too bad. All the flooring's good. The seller actually left extra flooring. The bathrooms and kitchens are nice. Like, someone just flipped this a couple years ago. The guy even like left open the garage for some reason. And then the house looks like a stereotypical house. Like, I love this. You got to do some landscaping to get it up there too. And so what we did is we put this up on can you guys see my screen? You got to double check. Yep, we're still good. So what we had to do is we had to put it up on Investor Lift, and we went into Artemis mode. We sent out our email. If I go to our marketing campaigns, so we sent it out. We sent out an email for that reached 1,300 clients. We sent out a text that went to 2,500 people. We sent out another small text that went out to another 127 people. Another email where we reduced the price at 1,400 people. Another text message that went out to 1,900 people. Right, and so we spent call it $50 in marketing on this. Our click-through rates weren't crazy high, but our text messages got us a way better click-through rate. Like our email, dog shit compared to our texting. And the reason is texting, I just think if I can get like directly to them, they look at it like, okay, what's this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, awesome, I'm interested in this. Versus an email. There's so many emails and it's hard to get emails delivered. I would say the text message way is the better way. And then what gave us a better click-through rate? So our second one gave us a slightly better click-through rate. This was 6.28. And we put 1K in cash flow. And that was the big difference on that. Right? Macon, Georgia, 3.25 sub to an interest rate. 1K in cash flow versus not. That 1K in cash flow got us, what is that? A half a point better on that. We had 21 people reach out on that one. 29 people reach out on that one. We had 21 on this one. 29 on this one. Oh, and that's delivered air. Let's see. Clicks. 121 clicks out of this one. 129 clicks on this one. And all are... And look, so it tells us all the buyers who reached out and are interested. And then we can go to all of our inquiries. So here's all our people who are interested. And by the time we got it sold, I don't even think, so we sent him, let's see here. A wholesaler reached out. Again, wholesalers, they always on Investor Lift. You just got to kind of sift through them because they always want to send you shit. This guy reached out. Mamadou reached out. They look like a pretty good buyer. David Dolman. So this guy is the guy who ended up buying this thing. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had 7 total people reach out. This Terry guy, whoever the hell he is, but David Dolman, just a random guy, is the guy who reached out to it. He was the one who was interested. And if I go into our Artemis mode, he looked at it for 11 minutes. This Cameron Morrow guy was pretty interested too. We called him off of Artemis mode. So he was interested in it. So we called him automatically. We picked up the phone. We called all these people, and we got quite a bit of inquiries, right? So we got all these people on the phone. Most people weren't interested at all. Didn't know what sub 2 was all about. And look, so the way I'm grading this, these images viewed, we'll get them on the phone, see if they're interested, Then when they're like actually looking interested, this chick right here was in sub 2. I remember her. Don't remember this guy. Don't remember this person. Sam Miller. Right? So it slowly creeps up. They're looking at it. But then there's Brian guy. 3 minutes on there. Yenny, 4 minutes on there. Phil Joseph, 3 minutes. Terry Royer, only 11 seconds. Mamadou, a minute. Vernine, we talked to her. She was another sub 2 student. 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 4 minutes. And our main buyer ended up spending 11 minutes on this thing. And then this Cameron Morrow guy, we never got a hold of him, but he was on there for 13 minutes. So we got a ton of traction using Investor Lift to do this. Let me see here. And so what we did was the text messages to really get it out there. So we text them. As soon as the text goes out and the person is interested, if I go to property inquiries, and can I sort this by address? So what I'm going to do is I go back to my properties. I go to this one. We got to take this one down. Out of all these inquiries, 7, and all these marketing campaigns, we had this thing listed on the MLS at the same point in time, and we didn't get a single phone call. Not one. Zero, zip, zilch. 0 phone calls on the deal from the MLS. We put it with a flat fee, like, hey, here's what we want to do, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to try doing some realtor stuff as far as our flat fee novations to see if it works better. Shout out Rich Wonders. But that's what we did. And it made us, it was initially a $20,000 assignment fee. Didn't end up being that at all. Honestly, the seller needed a bunch of money. The buyer needed a bunch of cash. We didn't end up making a whole lot of cash. But yeah, it was pretty solid. So that, if anybody has any questions about how we used Investor Lift, we just sent out the text messages. Let me see our emails on this. This is all it is. What our team did wrong right here. We should have put sub 2. And then looking back at it, I would have put, here's a fantastic sub 2 opportunity right there. So like it's there at the front, and then I want it right here, and I want it right there. Because I want to be able to sell that at sub 2, and then I want to be able to sell the interest rate. Right? So like, hey, 3.65% interest rate, which is a killer interest rate for someone who's interested. And then we had it just forwarded to us. Blah, blah, blah. And then we did minimum EMD $10,000. We ended up doing $4,000 EMD. We had it under contract at $258. Ended up selling it at $296 asking. But the whole thing with the sub 2 deal at $296 asking, that spread was eaten up by liens and back taxes. It wasn't just like, hey, we made a huge rip. What would that be? Because that could have been like 40 grand, 30 grand. It wasn't that at all. All right, our next one. So that's how we used it. We just sent out some text messages, got those people on the phone. We sent out 4,000 text messages. We had 256 people click on it. And out of those 256 people who clicked on it, we had... We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. So 58 total text messages. Well, 58 people reached out to us. So out of this, we had a 256 click-through rate, and we had 58 total people actually, like, we got their phone numbers and they were interested in the deal, which is killer numbers for us. Like, that's really, really good numbers. And so now, from there, we didn't have anybody, like, submit a blank offer. I don't think we did a buy now price. Let me see. We didn't do a buy now price on this because I just didn't think it would work. And then the ARV was kind of random because we didn't know what it could sell for. Now, time for property number 2. Here's this bad boy. Another one that another wholesaler brought us. He had a hard time getting it sold. Wholesaling isn't his main thing. He was like, "Hey, Strat, can you get this sold for us?" I was like, "Sure. Let's get this sold. Let's throw it up on InvestorLift. We'll start talking to some people." Our email click-through rate, 68%. Let's go look at our marketing campaign metrics. So we sent it out. Email, not a lot. Email to about 2,800 people. We got, no one to click through on it. Another email. So we sent it to, close to 9,000 people via email. And then we sent it to 1,400 people via text message. And we got almost, out of all those emails, we got essentially double the clicks and 5 times the click-through rate. It cost us a little bit more, but it was 100% worth it to just send the text messages, because the text messages work. And this is all at the same time, right? Like, this is all within a little bit, but the text, a significantly better conversion rate than in Artemis mode. So Maddie Niswander, and then here, another person from Artemis mode. This person just clicked on it, looked at it for 2 minutes. This is who we ended up selling it to. We got Armando. Do we know anybody else who's on here? We talked to a couple other buyers on this who are from like LA and other stuff. None of them were super interested. But I mean, this one had a lot of traction because it is in California. People will honestly buy anything in California. But this isn't like in the heart of California. This is kind of middle of nowhere. Fresno's up here. This is like out by Kettleman City. I mean, Hanford's right there. Lemore's right there. Absolutely nothing coming in this little area. I mean, we could keep zooming in. Like, this thing is out on its own in a town of probably 10 to 20,000 people. And we still got it sold. And guess to who? Through Artemis mode, on the person who was a realtor. Benita was interested in it. They had an action score of 280. Matt Niswander didn't want it too much. Armando didn't want it too much. And we know these two buyers. We didn't necessarily know Benita. And they originally came in at our asking price. And then they're like, "Hey, we can't be at that price. We need to be at 65. We had another person who was in asking price and then ended up backing out. So we went with these guys. And then, I mean, it was pretty solid. Same thing. Just like that, we got it assigned within a day. We didn't really have to send out any more marketing. But at the same time, all you need is one buyer. You don't need a ton of buyers. Like, I'd say for a couple of these, we're just like sitting there waiting. Okay, we got one buyer. Are they good to go? Yep, they're good to go. What I need to do better is getting oh my gosh, I'm sharing the wrong screen. Here we go. So here's the screen of all the buyers that we had. So what I need to do better is getting backup buyers for stuff, because sometimes it doesn't necessarily work out. And one thing that we've been talking to Simply about is like making a buyer CRM to make it a one-stop shop, because I'd say that's the hard part. InvestorLift isn't necessarily a CRM. InvestorLift, because like we'd want to have notes on all these, like how many times we call them, and just kind of like bank it a little bit. And InvestorLift isn't necessarily built for that. InvestorLift is just a marketing tool for you to sell your deals. But again, we got this one sold for an extra $5,000. No problem. And just like that, we got like a 13K one on one of them. And we got let me click out all these screens. And then we got a 5K one on another one. On the 13K one, it was supposed to be like 25. Had a bunch of liens eat that up, so it couldn't really help us. But I mean, this thing closed today. Luckily, we had some title issues and buyer issues. This buyer, like they tried to let me see. ZMean21. What is InvestorLift? InvestorLift is honestly, I think, the best dispositions tool ever besides the MLS to sell deals. And with this one, we didn't have access to the MLS to get it up on there to get it sold. So we had to use InvestorLift. And we got it done. Anybody on the TikTok? Ooh, did Bo Miracle join? I don't know when TikTok starts and ends. There's our TikTok stuff, and then what about our Facebook and YouTube people? Facebook and YouTube has been dead today. But that is exactly how we made an extra 18 grand this month, all from Investor Lift. One of them with a deal that we couldn't sell on the MLS, which is, again, crazy. Generally, you can sell stuff on the MLS. And another one we sold it for another wholesaler who couldn't get it sold through Facebook groups. Both of them we had in Facebook groups everywhere, and we were getting no traction, and nobody wanted it. If you guys have any questions about InvestorLift, reach out to me or go to getinvestorlift.com. I'm telling you, if you're doing any type of nationwide wholesaling, it is the platform. It is the best. It is so sexy. I used to think Rob was kind of cocky about his company, and we didn't really use it. And then I used it, and I was like, wow, bro, he's like put a lot of time and effort into this company. Again, if you guys need help with anything, feel free to reach out to us. Love to talk to you guys soon. We'll be live tomorrow going over how to do more deals. Peace.